This isn't good. I mean, it is above my ankles. Yeah, there is no trail maintenance here whatsoever. The trail is a creek. Oh, crap. Did you see that piglet running at me? I had no idea it was gonna be this wet. Definitely draining my energy. Sometimes I'm falling into holes above my socks, up to my calves. There he goes, look at that big guy. Hey, boar. Get on out of here, boar. I'm coming through. Almost 3 feet deep right there. That was the most sketchy crossing I've ever had. Taking this section a little more cautiously. It's like a minefield walking through here. You don't know when you're gonna sink and when you're on something solid. I don't know if I have it in me to tackle another 10. I'm whooped, man. Like I'm on a 50-mile ultra race today. It is hard. Good morning and welcome back to my channel. If you are new to my channel, my name is Jason. I am a farmer, backpacker, kayaker, and ultra runner from Ohio. But I'm currently down here on our annual family vacation here in Sarasota, Florida. And I always try to make a trip over here to Myakka River State Park to do a little day hiking or trail run. Now, I've never had time to complete the entire 33-mile loop. Last year, I was able to knock out a 20-mile section of it, and I will link that video in the description below if you're wanting to check that out. But today, I have about 9 or 10 hours on my hands, so I think I have time to get around this entire 33 miles, give or take. I don't know the exact distance, but I think it's 32.7 is what I came up with on Gaia. I have a beautiful day, clear blue skies, a high of only 60. A perfect day to be out here trail running in Florida. It's gonna be a big day, but I'm ready for it. Thanks for coming along. Let's do it. Looks like it's gonna be a little sticky and wet in spots. And here's our first wet spot in the first 50 feet of the trail. Wow, that's gonna slow me down quite a bit. Another wet spot. Gee, Christmas, this is gonna be a wet day. So Myakka River State Park is known for its abundance of wildlife. I don't know what all we're gonna be able to see out here today, but I will do my best to capture it on film. One thing that's cool about Myakka River State Park is that they have 4 or 5 primitive camping areas, like dispersed camping. So if you are interested in seeing those, you can skip ahead. I put timestamps in the video, so you can skip ahead to those campsites if that's what you're looking for. Doggone it, that didn't last very long. Absolutely no way around. I was hoping to not have wet feet a mile and a half in. By the way, if you were wondering, these are my Topo Pursuits, 0 drop with Dirty Girl Gators. Hopefully they will dry out quickly. Hope there's no gators out here. Shin deep water. All right, here's our first campsite, Mossy Hammock campsite. I already filmed this one last year. It's 0.1 off the trail. I'm gonna throw a piece of footage in this video right now of that campsite from last year when I was here. The trails that lead to the backcountry campsites have blue blazes. They should be about there. This one's called a Mossy Hammock. I bet there's beautiful oak hammocks all around this site. All right, that was only like 100 yards away. This is the Mossy Hammock campsite. Yeah, not much to it. Some beautiful oak hammocks right in this area though. Plenty of places to hang hammocks instead of tents. And it comes with its own little fire ring and a grill rack. Now I'm guessing firewood is very difficult to come across here. Has a little pole to hang things on. All right, back on the trail. All right, we've entered our first big open area here at mile 2.3 from where I started on the north side. Sorry, east. Guess it's kind of northeast side. I don't know what you call this. Florida scrub. Looks like a prairie, kind of. I don't know. I'm just glad it's not 80 degrees out today. So before I started my run today, there was a park ranger at the gate when I was stretching and making my $2 payment to get in the gate as a pedestrian. And I asked him about reliable water sources. He said there's gonna be water everywhere. And now that I've already walked through about 100 yards of water, I'm not worried about water anymore. And then I asked him about the hogs, feral hogs, wild hogs, boar, whatever you want to call them out here. And he said they recently did a USDA removal where they fly out here. I don't know if they use planes or helicopters and guns, and shot a bunch of them and removed them. And they actively trapped them year round, he said. So I don't know how recently that happened. I didn't ask him, but that leads me to believe that there's less likely of a chance for me to see wild boar today. But I will definitely keep my eyes peeled. When you're out in the bush for 9 hours where there are numerous wild boars, there's a good chance you're eventually going to see some. Sandhill cranes. Today I only have about 1,400 calories on me, so I'll probably get hungry middle afternoon. I'm sure I'm going to burn 3,000 or 4,000 calories out here today in 8 or 9 hours when I'm out here. But at some point the vest becomes too heavy, and I got my drone and a water filter, which is just another one of these with the filter in it, these Solomon flasks. So I'm sure I'm going to get a little hungry and run out of energy late afternoon, mid-late afternoon, but it is what it is. I did have a big breakfast before I left, so I'm still full from that. So hopefully that'll help me get around here and push through and get out before dark. All right, I'm here at a junction that goes over to Bee Island campsite. I am currently at 4.75 miles. Looks like the next one up is 5 miles away, Oak Grove. All right, here we are at an intersection. The Bobcat Cross Trail is where I went last year to turn this into a 20-mile loop. But this year, I'm heading to the eastern portion that I skipped. Looks like we got 3.3 miles to Oak Grove campsite, and then we'll see Panther Point and Honorary campsite. Awesome. I was hoping I'd be able to see those 3 campsites. Hopefully they're pretty close to being right on trail, so I can show you guys those. But you can see the vastness of this place. I mean, you're in and out of the trees quite a bit, but right now I'm out in the open again. 37,000 acres of wilderness, just 10-15 miles away from Sarasota, Florida. Incredible. All right, let's get moving. We're only 6.7 miles in on this 32-mile day, so we got a long ways to go. All right, after several miles out in the middle of the open, looks like we're finally going back in the woods, and I bet you we have one of those campsites coming up here in a little bit. Whoa, that's a little sketch. I think that's gonna hold. I think I'm just gonna balance on this piece. Hopefully get across. All right, just found my water source at 9.75 miles here on this little bridge. Looks pretty nice. It's flowing well, very tannic. And we're real close to the Oak Grove campsite. So it actually is probably right over there, a couple 100 yards away. This is my water filtration system. It's a Solomon. Oh, I think it's called the XA31 or XA34 water filter. It just screws right in there and you squirt it out, squeeze it out into your other containers or drink right from the filter. All right, so this is my plain water here. I'm just gonna take it like this, squeeze the nipple, and fill it up, and that one will be good to go. For the other one, I have 300 calories of tailwind I'm going to dump in here, and then fill it up with water. I do have a Cliff protein bar and a Lenny's and Larry's complete cookie, which is another 600 or 700 calories. But I have 3 of these with me today. There will be a good majority of my calories to get me around this 32-mile loop. I forgot my little funnel. Sometimes it's hard to get it all in there. Now when I'm backpacking, I use a different kind of filter, like a Sawyer Squeeze or a Platypus Katahdin. But since I'm wearing my running vest today, I'm using my Solomon filters and flasks. Here we go. Put the lid back on, shake it up, and we are ready to roll. So I just filtered my water right there and popped out on this little sandy road, access road, about a quarter mile down. And right here on the right, there's no markings out here of any kind, but I can see the campsite marker just up ahead there to the Oak Grove campsite. Let's go check it out. Oak Grove. Here is the water. When I called this morning, they told me that 2 of the 3 pumps were not working. One of them was only putting out sand that was kind of working. I'm assuming this is the one. I'm assuming this is one of them that doesn't work. But it looks like I could have just topped off my water right there. All right, so yeah, there's places for some hammocks and tents in here. Let's see if it goes back in here any deeper. I don't really see a fire ring or a fire pit yet. Looks like it goes back in here a ways. Lots of different areas. Ah, here we go. Fire pit with some nice logs to sit on. There you go. Quick look at Oak Grove. Let's get back on the trail and get rolling. We've got a long way to go. This is exactly 10 miles in from the east entrance of Myakka River State Park. So right here's where I filtered my water. Turn around. And I saw this, which I thought that was the right way to go, which it is for that Oak Grove campsite, which is where we just were, 3/10 of a mile that way. But right there is the trail. It's a very, very faint trail, easy to miss right behind this post. But if I look at my Gaia app, this goes up this way a little bit and turns right and continues on to Myakka River Loop. Whew, I was getting a little worried there because there was no trail maintenance, but there's the blaze. I was pretty sure I was on the right path, and now I know that I am. But you can see the trail is almost non-existent through here. A lot of water on the trail today, and I would say that bridge has seen better days. Wow. And yes, I am on the trail. Still seems fairly solid. Oh, maybe not. About fell through. And it's slick. I want to stay on this main beam right here. Underneath me, I should be all right. All right. This isn't good. I mean, the trail is non-existent, but I am on the trail. There's the blaze right there. I mean, it is above my ankles, almost the top of my socks. I tried to get around it for a little bit, but I just found I had to say screw it and start walking, or I'll never get out of here. Yeah, there is no trail maintenance here whatsoever. That's what you get sometimes. The trail is a creek. Man, I just spooked up a massive herd. Holy crap. Did you see that piglet running at me? And the adults are right back in there. I'm not gonna hang around for them. That scared the crap out of me, man. I'm just walking along, all of a sudden I hear this big thrashing and splash through the water. Whew! Gave me the shivers down my spine. All right. There's a cross trail to the left. And the east loop, which is what I'm taking full trail. Currently 11.4 miles in, so officially 1/3 of the way through. And now we got more water. Man, a lot of wet spots today. Just about feels like I'm here during the wet season. It's like right when my feet start to dry out a little bit, I'm right back in it. At least I have no sore spots yet, hot spots or blisters. But with only being 1/3 of the way through, there's a good chance I'm gonna have some pretty sore feet at the end of this. More of this. It's unavoidable. Just embrace the suck. Kind of hard to run in this. It's killing my pace. I was doing really well. I'm hoping to get out of here in 8 hours and some change, but this stuff's gonna make it be closer to 9. Love these pretty pines. Reminds me of sections of the Florida Trail and the Palmetto Trail in South Carolina. All right, I'm approaching the halfway point, and it has been non-stop water for the last few miles. It's just unavoidable. I had no idea it was going to be this wet. But it is becoming a slog, and I am on the back side of the eastern loop, about as far as you could possibly get away from the state park and my car. So it is what it is. I'm gonna have to keep pushing on through all this, but it's definitely draining my energy, and I'm not able to run. I mean, sometimes I'm falling into holes above my socks, up to my calves. So it has turned into a hike instead of a run. I'm hoping I'll come out of this eventually and I can start running again, because I got a long way to go. Still in the water, and we're just about to Prairie Point campsite. I'm thinking it might even be in these pines right here, but we're really close to it. Going on 4 miles, slogging through the water. Oh my goodness, you're not going to believe this. Do not come to Prairie Point campsite when it's wet. The entire thing is basically underwater. The only way you could camp here is hang a hammock. But you would be out in those saw palmettos, whatever those things are, in the scrub. That would not be good. No, this campsite's a bust. All right, onward. Coming up next is Panther Point campsite. So Prairie Point campsite is right there. And just 100 feet down the trail is their water. But once again, this one doesn't work. And it looks like someone had cached some water there at some point. But on a day like this, as long as you have a good filter, plenty of water. Oh my goodness, what is this? I can't believe it. A dry trail. Oh, this is beautiful right here. This is where Prairie Point campsite should be. You got down lumber. Just a lot prettier through here. More trees, and it's above water. All right, another flowing water source here at almost exactly the halfway point. 16 and a half miles. I think I'm gonna filter some water here. We have an important intersection here, a blue blaze. It's a little shortcut across the last half of the east end and takes you up to Oak Grove campsite. Huh. Okay, we're 3.5 miles from Panther Point, and in 5 miles I'll be back on a familiar trail that I was on last year. All right, I'm getting tired. Almost a mile 18. This mud and water is wearing me out. Onward. All right, I'm not gonna get my hopes up too high, but it is dry again here at mile 18. All right, I shouldn't even have mentioned it. Got some wild boar here. There he goes, look at that big guy. He was just snorting away. No. Hey, boar. Get on out of here, boar. I'm coming through. I can hear him all thrashing through the brush, trying to escape. And I can smell him. Smells like a hog farm out here. Whew. Don't see a blaze like this every day. Now I know why the logs are there. I took a step off the side and went all the way up to my crotch. Almost 3 feet deep right there. Holy crap. That was the most sketchy crossing I've ever had. So whenever I'd step on those big logs, they would just go down like 2 feet. So I bent over those little trees that are alive and stood on top of those and was able to make a leap for it and only went back up to my knee. That's at least 3 foot deep in the middle. Wow. After nearly going completely underwater, because I almost fell in, I am taking this section a little more cautiously. So far it hasn't been over 10 inches deep, but I can't see the bottom and I don't know when I'm going to step into a deep hole, so moving forward slowly and cautiously. I thought I was going to be out of this crap. Whoa. Mile 20. We're about a mile and a half from Panther Point campsite, but this would actually be a pretty good campsite for tents and hammocks. We got some down trees and it's in the pines. Yeah, right at mile 20, not too shabby. We've been out of the water for about a mile and now I'm back into it, unfortunately. I thought I was gonna be high and dry the rest of the way. All right, here we go. Panther Point campsite, point 2. I don't really feel like going off trail for 4/10 of a mile here and back, but I'm here and I want to show you the campsites and I want to see them for myself. All right, here it is. Nothing spectacular. It's all underwater. You can probably hang a hammock over in there right now. It looks like that's the old water spigot that is no longer there. And it wasn't 2/10 of a mile back there. It was like 200 yards. I don't see any other trails going further back, so this is it. Not very nice. Mile 22. So officially 2/3 the way around this loop. And I'm ready to wrap it up. Hopefully just 11 miles to go. Of course they have a bridge where there's no water to even cross. Nice bridge though. Just made it to another junction. To the right is the Bobcat Cross Trail. I came from there last year when I came this way and just did the 20-mile loop. All right, pushing on. Hopefully final 10 miles. I'm bushed. Just check out this massive amount of hog damage. Good grief. It's like a minefield walking through here. You don't know when you're going to sink and when you're on something solid. I'm currently at a crossroads here. 24.3 miles in. I bet I still have 10 to go. I'm here at the power line cut. It's almost a straight shot through the center of Myakka River State Park. And it's going to go right through the Bee Island campsite that I've never seen. I'm thinking about taking this back. It's probably still 5 or 6 miles to get back. But I don't know if I have it in me to tackle another 10. I'm whooped, man. This hog damage and obviously all the water I've been walking through has just taxed me like I'm on a 50-mile ultra race today. It is hard. I did it. I'm off trail. I'm on the power line road. There's the power lines. I can't take it anymore. I'm normally a purist when it comes to hiking a trail, and I want to hike every inch of the trail that I'm hiking or running. But since I've already done the other side of this last year, I don't feel as bad about cutting it short today. All right, let's get moving. Probably still 5, 6, 7 miles back to the car. So we're only probably a mile or 2 from this Bee Island campsite. So that's the one good thing about doing this, is I'll be able to see it and I'll be able to show you guys. So that's coming up next. All right, let's go check it out. Bee Island Camp. All right, here we are at Bee Island campsite. And it is by far the best one. Nice fire ring, a little grill rack. Right here amongst the oaks, the oak hammocks. Beautiful. And there is a pile of water jugs over here. I'm guessing this is the most popular campsite just because it's the easiest one to access from the state park area, not for human consumption. So I guess it's recommended to still filter your water here. Let's see if it works. Yeah, the water that's down here looks pretty nasty. Doesn't look like it works. Very nice. Oh, there's another huge area over here. Yeah, this is a big one. Like I said, I bet it's the most popular one just because of the ease of access and how close it is. I'm sure we're less than 10 miles, maybe 5 or 6 back to the state park. So we got a second camping area here. Very nice. Beautiful moss covered oak trees. Yeah, a few options for hammocks, but not too many. That'd be a good spot right there. Alrighty, let's wrap this thing up. Alrighty folks, that's a wrap here at Myakka River State Park. It was quite the slog today. I really wanted to do the entire trail in one go, but sometimes that's the way it is. All that water, unexpected water, and boar damage just really took it out of me. Still ended up with a pretty good day though. I'm gonna end up right at 30 miles, so not too bad. Thank you so much for coming along. I hope you guys enjoyed it, and we will see you again real soon on the next adventure.